I'd like to talk today about how to fix our ocean. One of the pressing needs we have in terms of the environment is in terms of really helping our ocean to continue to be healthy. So some scientists are looking at this problem of, well, how can we sort of replenish our ocean and make our ocean uh, really be the healthy ocean it should be? Because one of the concerns that we have is to take carbon dioxide out of the air in order to fight climate change. We know that carbon dioxide has this negative effect in terms of pollution, in terms of the warming, the global warming that is going on. So we're concerned about this in terms of how we can help with this process, how we can reverse it in some way. And of course, part of the focus in this is to change our habits in terms of fuel consumption, of course, and growing more trees, and a lot of different ways to really help this with this issue. But scientists also look at it in terms of the ocean, and one of the things they're talking about is making the seas less acidic with minerals and also with joules of electricity. And if we can make the oceans less acidic, it can be helpful with this problem. So one of the solutions is to add phosphorus or nitrogen to spur plankton growth, because obviously this plankton growth will help remove more of the carbon dioxide from the air. And one of the movements with regard to this is to create huge seaweed farms to get into this whole idea of farming and making the ocean a lot more healthy with this regard. And what this will help with is ecosystem recovery. Um, the coastal environment then would become a much healthier environment. It would absorb much more of the carbon dioxide. And so in doing this, it would reduce the whole effect of the global warming. There'd be much less global warming with these seaweed farms absorbing more of the carbon dioxide. So that's one route that they're talking about taking. And this is the National Academy of Sciences is looking into this. And this study was uh, funded by a group called ClimateWorks. And of course, the purpose of ClimateWorks is to look at the whole dynamic of climate and say, well, what can we do as human beings? What can we do to improve this whole scenario that is happening with this the warming of our climate? And we ask ourselves, well, what is it that absorbs most of the carbon dioxide now? And the answer is very interesting. I didn't realize this, that most of the carbon dioxide now is absorbed by the seas. So obviously, there is a great potential in taking this route. Many have talked, of course, about using less fossil fuels, using more renewable fuels as a path, and that's certainly one of the paths. People have talked about trees, massive tree planting, preserving the Amazon rainforest, which absorbs much of the carbon dioxide now as well. So there are many different approaches that can be taken with this problem. But it's very interesting that this is one of them in terms of the seas and this whole idea of making the seas much healthier, making them less acidic, and remarkable in the sense that this can be done with joules of electricity, and also adding this phosphorus and nitrogen to the mix. So many different approaches to doing this. And of course, as environmentalists, we're very concerned about this. We look at it in terms of the approach that Pope Francis has taken in Laudate Si, that we need this ecological conversion, we need to think more uh, as to what we can do to reverse some of the things that we have been doing. So possibly this is another path to explore, a path to create these seaweed farms, a path to make the seas less acidic and to make them really help us in terms of creating a better environment and certainly better air quality.